Hey there, my name is Garrett Landin, and I appreciate you tuning into this presentation. I recently completed an accelerated full stack development course at devCodeCamp, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to show you what I've learned, as well as what I chose to do for my final capstone project. Before we get into all of that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 32 years old, and I live just outside of Houston, Texas. It's hot. I love the hot weather. I love engaging in any kind of outdoor activity here: fishing, hunting, hiking in the woods, archery, going to the shooting range, all of it. I've been physically active my entire life, from competing at a very young age in sports such as wrestling, football, track, cross country, to working at 14 years of age in the skilled trades and holding many other types of outdoor jobs. I joined the Army right out of high school as a 19 Delta, otherwise known as an airborne Cav Scout. And I have professional experience in just about every kind of skilled trade, as well as general contracting, working as a handyman, landscaper, and I even spent some time working as a nuisance wildlife control specialist. I decided to make a career change, though, by pursuing full stack development through the inspiration of my sister and her husband, both of which work with developers in their fields of QA and QA automation. Over some time, my sister explained many reasons for a career change, with the foremost being more security and significantly increased quality of life for my family. A couple other reasons would be job security, especially in this day and age, a much more manageable schedule, because let's face it, 65 hours a week just is not an ideal schedule to have when you have a family. And the other ones would be more along the lines of development being less labor intensive than what I've spent my life doing so far. I was honorably medically discharged from the Army with severe injury to my right leg. And after many years, I'm glad to say I'm almost completely healed. But working in physically laborious industries my entire life has left me with aches and pains that 32-year-old men should not have. Every person I know that's worked in these types of fields for the entirety of their career experiences pains and physical ailments that limits and reduces the quality of life to varying degrees, and I don't want to end up like that. Now, I am able to use many of those skills I've learned in my daily life, as well as to help others who aren't able to help themselves in different types of projects. But at this point, I'm ready to use more of my mind and God-given creativity. And the mental challenge of coding is fun, it's exciting, and I'm more than ready to experience all the things that this new industry has for me. Now, the Capstone project I built here, it's called MIA Patient Tracker. The inspiration for this came from my father, who works as a chiropractor. And one day he was telling me about a problem that his office faces almost on a daily basis. And most patients are great at maintaining the schedule that is best for them based on their individual needs. But as we've all experienced when visiting the doctor's office, sometimes life gets in the way and makes it difficult to schedule the next visit or know when you'd be available next. And if no visit is made, it's entirely possible for life to catch up with us and patients to go weeks or even months without scheduling a new appointment. And those patients' names can get lost in the hustle and bustle of a doctor's office. So my application is designed to lighten that load and provide a simple solution to contact and provide those patients a way to easily schedule a new appointment. Now, building this project, some of the technologies that I used for the backend, I used Python, Django, and the Django REST framework, as well as JWT authentication. Front end, I use JavaScript, React, JS, HTML, CSS, and Axios. For the database, I used MySQL Workbench, and some other of the technologies used were Postman to be able to test my endpoints, VS Code, Email.js, Full Calendar IO, as well as GitHub. Now, let's get into this. Now, right away here, you will see the home page. And up here at the nav bar, you'll see a few buttons. Now, I have already logged in and I have some data seeded just in the interest of saving time. But right away, just for demonstration purposes, what we're going to do is add a new patient. Now, this isn't entirely necessary for this project simply because it's a doctor's office and if you're trying to contact a patient to have them schedule a new appointment, generally they're already a patient. They're in your database. They've been to your office, but it is a good idea for office staff to be able to create a new patient in the database. So that's what we're going to do. And we are going to create a patient profile for the doc's wife. So we're going to call her doc's wife. Her name is Barb. I'm going to give her a simple fake phone number here, as well as a fake email. We'll go ahead and just use that one there. And let's give her a really hard password to remember. And we'll click register. Now we can go back to the home page here and you'll see a couple of other buttons. One of which is make contact, make appointments, as you can see, so on and so forth. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and right away make an appointment for the new patient, Barb. And what we're going to do is type in her name. We're going to select a day. Let's go with June 6th and 12 p.m. Now she does work at the office technically, but my dad is extremely organized, and he likes people to make appointments even if they don't have to. So he's going to require her to make an appointment here. So we're going to submit that. Now we can go to this view schedule button. Right away, pull up a calendar for the month, see all the appointments scheduled. And here we can see Barb Landin, 12 p.m. on June 6th. So simple. Now, what we're going to do is get into the rest of this. Now, we're going to go to make contact here. And here's where we're going to get into the missing patients. Now, again, I do have a couple patients already in the to be contacted list. As you can see, Barb did not show up for work today. So we're just going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to contact her with an email. We're going to type in Barb. Here she comes, her new patient profile. So we're going to add her to the list here. And as you can see, she shows up on that list. Now, there is one other guy that hasn't been showing up. I don't really remember his name because it has been so long since he's been to the office. But for some reason, his phone number is just kind of sticking in my head. So we're going to type in a couple numbers from his phone number because that's all I can remember. We're going to search for that. And there we go. This guy here, that's who I was thinking of. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and add him to the list here. And you can see Garrett adds to the list. Now we're going to hit email. And right away, these fields are already populated. One of them is from your chiropractor. That's the sender of the email. This is the message body. Click the link below to make a new appointment today. And automatically, the emails from each of the patients get fed into this field here. So we're going to go ahead and send this, and we can send them one at a time. That way, if we chose to, we can customize the message. And you'll see in the top corner, we get an alert that says the message was delivered. Let's go ahead and send the rest of these. Now that's not a real email, so we're not going to send that one, but we're getting notifications here for every email sent. And up here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the email. Now we can see we do have a new message to Garrett Landin. Now we're going to open this. And as you can see, your chiropractor, click the link below. Now let's go ahead and click this link. And that is going to bring us straight to the make a new appointment form. So we're going to go ahead and type this in, and let's say June 14th works, and 4 p.m. I can get there right at the end of the day. So hit submit on that. And now we can go to view schedule again. And now this wasn't here before. Now we can see Garrett Landin at 4 p.m. on June 14th. And that is the entirety of my project. Simple, but it solves a really important issue that my father faces on a daily basis in his office. So happy I could build this for him. And I'm really grateful for you tuning in and watching this presentation. Now, like I said here, thank you for watching. Now again, my name is Garrett Landin. You can contact me by email. Here is my email address, ga.landin89@gmail.com. You can also visit my LinkedIn page, and there is the address there. And then down here, check out my GitHub. That is my GitHub link. Go ahead and check out my GitHub, check out the repos, see what I've learned over the last few months. I really appreciate the time that you spent watching this presentation. Thanks.